Okie dokie, boys and girls. So today is gonna be a fucking fun session because I came up with something. I'm gonna do 5 sets of planche for 20 seconds. Now, you're thinking to yourself, Timmy, what the fuck? You can't even do planche for 20 seconds for 1 set, let alone 5. And you're absolutely correct. That's kind of the point of this session. So I'm gonna make all of the sets drop sets. So I'll do a planche, full planche hold, and I think I'm in like 12 to 15 second shape at the moment. And then the remainder of the set, I'll drop down to straddle planche, or as the sets go on, I'll have to drop down to even advanced tuck planche or one-legged planche or whatever, just getting to 20 seconds is the goal. And, this sounds like quite a fucking way to torture your body, but at the same time, it sounds like fun as well. And, is this like a proven way to extend your hold? No, not really. It's just some random bullshit I came up with. But if it sounds good in my head, if it sounds good in your head, maybe you should just give it a try, I mean, oftentimes people are worrying about how many sets you should do and how many reps and this and that. I mean, if you just have like an idea in your mind, just give it a go and you will see if it brings results, right? If you recover properly, you will see if it brought results. So for now, yeah, 5 sets, 20 seconds, and I'm actually gonna take a long rest time. I'm gonna do this every 10 minutes. So I'll do a 20-second set. The remainder of the time is gonna be rest, and then I'll do it again and again and again because these sets are gonna be fucking hard, they're gonna be insane. But, if I recover enough, if I give my body enough recovery time, I'm gonna be able to hopefully, recover in time to have quality sets, for set number 2, 3, 4, and 5 as well. So let's see how it goes. Set number 1. Whew, I'm kind of nervous though. Like 20 seconds, that's no joke no matter what, Even if you fucking do a drop set or whatever, it's gonna be kind of crazy. So let's put on some music. We've got Drowning Pool, the album, at the moment. So the first song is Sinner. It'll be in the Horsecock playlist. Don't you worry about that. Only 10 seconds, holy shit. Alright, so I'm still fucking weak in the planche. I used to be able to do 17 seconds, now I'm doing fucking 10. I didn't do planche holds in the last 2 days to prepare for this session, because I knew it was going to be a heavy hold session. But instead of getting rested, I'm still kind of tired and I'm just rusty in the planche. But that's just a bunch of excuses. If I can talk. I've got 9 minutes to rest up, so I'm just gonna go again and again and again. Alright, so when you set your goal for hold times in this training, it should be kind of your goal hold time you want in general. So for me, I want 20 seconds of planche. My goal holds here are 20 seconds of planche. It's just different progressions. But when you set your goal, make sure that you can at least do 50% of your actual goal in the progression you want. So if you want 20 seconds of tuck planche, right, make sure that you can do at least 10 seconds of tuck planche before starting to aim for 20 seconds on these sets. If you want 15 seconds of straddle planche, make sure you can already do 8 seconds of straddle planche. I think that's a good gauge. For me, I'm barely able to do 10 seconds, so I've got my work cut out for me already today, but 2 sets done, 3 more to go. It's quite fun, I'm not gonna lie. I feel my biceps screaming, I feel my shoulders screaming. It's such a pain to just get to 20 seconds, and that's exactly the kind of training I like. So 3 more sets. Holy shit, 1 more set. Alright, so my shoulders and biceps are feeling exhausted, but what do you expect, you know? 5 drop sets, and not even just normal drop sets, right? Like drop set upon drop sets. You're gonna get fucking tired, and I feel like, you know, my shoulders and biceps are of course exhausted, but it was a good stimulus. I'm quite a fan of this training, and actually what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna do grease the groove for planche in the next couple days. Instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let my shoulders and biceps recover as much as possible and do this exact same training again next time and see, you know, if I can move from that fucking disastrous 10-second hold to something better like 12 or 15 seconds at least. But, you know, this is very fun. You should definitely give it a go. And right now, I did a lot of holds. I did static stuff. You know, my joints are feeling it as well. I'm just gonna go for a bit of an accessory exercise. What I want to do is target my biceps and also just get a good pump. A good way to do that is, well, I don't want to do any more static stuff. I want to do some dynamic stuff. There's gonna be some supinated planche push-ups. I'm gonna do a tiny hold at the top each time because there, you know, I'm gonna feel my bicep the most. But I'm just gonna do push-ups. I guess something between 10 and 20 reps. I don't really know, but until I feel a burn for a couple of sets, because this is gonna get the blood flowing properly and basically allow my body to recover for next time. But very happy with this training, even though, you know, 10 seconds on the first set, it's fucking bad, you know, especially considering it's like I came from 17 plus, but you know, nothing. I really can't complain, right? Just there's only one solution. So even if I complain, the outcome is going to be the same. I just have to keep training and see what works. For me, it seems like the greasing the groove wasn't working because I'm just tired and the planche hold is the same as before. But you know, I'm gonna see if this works. You know, throw some stuff at the wall. If it sticks, keep using it. If it doesn't, move on to something else. And most of the time, you know, you will know if something works after 1 to 2 weeks, right? If after 1 to 2 weeks you've done a couple trainings and you don't see any improvement, perhaps that's, you know, a sign that it doesn't stick against the wall. You know, it's just splashing on the ground. So then you throw something new, you know, and that's what I'm gonna do. So a couple sets of these straddle, no, not straddle planche, lean planche. I'm gonna do lean planche, push-ups supinated on the ground with some good music playing in the background. What is it? Drowning Pool? Whatever. It's the Bodies Hit the Floor album. Alright. I'm not gonna rest 10 minutes anymore. I'm gonna do a set every 4 minutes, so it's gonna be like 3 minutes of rest time, which I guess is more of a normal range. Alright, the reason I'm using this mat, by the way, is because it allows me to measure the distance from my hands to my feet. You know, in the lean planche, the more you lean forward, the harder it's gonna become. So it's useful if you could measure how much you're leaning forward, you know, what the distance between your hands and your feet is. So this felt quite easy. Now I'm just gonna move my hand backwards a little bit, keep my feet in the same position, and do the same set over, but it will be a little bit more difficult because I'm leaning forward more. All right, let's go. 2 more sets. All right, so that's it for the full send drop set training. Quite fun. And in the end, you know, those push-ups, I gotta say, my arms feel better, more recovered right now than they do, or than they did just after the drop sets of holds. You know, and I'm not talking about muscular fatigue, of course. Muscular wise, my arms are more fatigued than before. But when it comes to the tendons, you know, just after those holds, I was quite feeling them, but now everything is just smooth. When I just move my arms, nothing's really working on my tendons. It's just, you know, that I feel my arms, my biceps, my forearms, my fucking shoulders are fatigued as hell. But that's what we want, right? So again, I'm gonna try this training next time. I'm gonna try this training actually tomorrow for the front lever as well, because I originally got the idea for the front lever, right? For the front lever, I'm aiming for 45 seconds. So I was like, wait, next training is a whole training for front lever. You know, let's just try a couple of sets of 45 seconds, and no matter what happens, you know, just get to 45 seconds. Do the drop set, you know, go to tuck front lever and get to those 45 seconds over and over and over again, you know. That's what I'm gonna try tomorrow. That's where I got the idea from. And then I was like talking to a friend, Bartje, you know, the inventor of the channel, as I always say. I was talking to him, I was like, wait, I can fucking do this for planche as well, you know? So that's what I did today. I'm very happy with how it went. I like this kind of trainings where you just, you know, you max out and then you max out again and again and again. I really like those trainings. The only downside is that you really have to recover from them as well. So that's kind of conflicting, but you know, you gotta sacrifice somewhere to, you know, gain something in another area. So I gained in intensity, I gain in volume, but these kind of trainings demand a lot from the body, so I cannot, you know, add the greasing the groove to this. But anyway, very satisfied with today's training. I would definitely recommend you give it a go. You know, do the 5 sets of hold, do your, you know, goal amount of time that you want to hold the planche or the front of it or whatever for. Do 5 sets of those, then do some accessory work, some dynamic stuff, you know, some push-ups or some pull-ups, whatever. Just something to get the blood flowing. It doesn't have to be intense. You just go until you feel the burn for 3 sets, something like that, and then you're good to go, you know. Basically, after those accessories, you should feel a little bit fresher than just after the holds. That's the kind of the point of the accessories, you know, get the blood flowing. But yeah, tomorrow, like I said, gonna be a pull day, gonna be the same style as this. I'm really looking forward to it actually. And that's it for today. I'm gonna have a shower, have some breakfast, and see you tomorrow.